Hi, I'm Colin Stagnito, and we're here at Garmin headquarters in Olathe, Kansas, where we're about to get a demonstration of Garmin's newest integrated flight display, the Garmin Axis.
This video is sponsored by Piper Aircraft. Piper's mission is to be a world leader in general aviation, developing and manufacturing premium aircraft and providing services of exceptional value which consistently exceed customers' expectations.
Today we are bringing you Axis, our new integrated flight display system. And so Axis is an all-new display for general aviation airplanes, experimental, light sport, and Part 23 Class 1 and 2. The new thing that Axis brings is putting all of the navigation and communication functions into your primary flight display. So it's a new level of integration that can have all of the IFR functions in there in one simple package that's easy to install, that is lighter, faster, and more integrated. So we are really centralizing everything into this one part of the cockpit. So all of your flight functions rotate around a singular axis, and that is this display. So with the Axis integrated flight displays, we are able to integrate to a lot of pieces across the Garmin ecosystem. And so if you have things in your aircraft, you can add this and mix and match different pieces, or it can be your complete solution. It's a really great upgrade from G3X Touch because we were able to make it fit in the same panel cutout with the same mounting holes, but give you 1.2 inches extra glass in there. So there's a lot more display, much higher resolution, faster processor if you're upgrading from that system. Since Axis flight displays come in both experimental and certified flavors, if you are starting with a G3X Touch system today, you can upgrade for experimental starting at $6,000 or $10,000 for a certified system. So first off, we have our primary flight display, which has the primary instruments on it. And today we have our widgets on the side as well. So these give us a quick glance into other things going on in the system so that you can increase your situational awareness while looking at your primary system. We also have engine indication instruments here. So I can see that, when a parameter goes out of bounds, I'm going to get an alert for that. And then I can go find more information about that particular thing on my engine page, get that, and then go quickly back to my primary flying task. Widgets also allow quick access to the functions. So if I want to see more information about my map, I can pull that up quickly, and then I can use our radial menu to get information about that airport, waypoint, or whatever it is that I'm trying to get more information about. We've got our different applications along the bottom here, so you can have easy access to all sorts of information for your flight, whether that be waypoint information, charts, engine instruments, or weather, traffic, a variety of things that you can add to the system and quickly access through here. Another great feature, since this does have the comm, nav, and audio panel built into it, I have all of that available to me quickly at a touch along the top here, and I can easily change my comm information and switch that over, and then I can be talking on my comm too. Another great way to do that is to come into your waypoint information, look for the frequency that you need, and grab that information, send it to your active. Now I can grab the ATIS just as easy as that. Another great thing that we have borrowed from other parts of Garmin is our application menu. So this is going to have everything in it. I've got my primary applications, which are the same ones that you saw along the bar at the bottom. And then I've got quick actions for things like loading procedures or another way to get to my radios. This might be a good option if you are wanting to use buttons or knobs in turbulence. Axis was designed to be used either through the touch screen or through buttons and knobs. You'll notice down along the bottom that we have menu and back buttons for each display. So a context menu will get pulled up when you press the menu button, but we also have our emergency knob. So emergency is really trying to bring those safety features to the forefront of the system. So I can press emergency and have access to aviate, navigate, and communicate, and have all of those things right in front of me. Sometimes when things get tough and you're just struggling to process, we want you to focus on flying the airplane and give you some nice quick reminders, hey, these are the things you can be doing, so you don't have to dig that out of your memory. So with this being an integrated system, we really worked hard to make flight planning easy and intuitive, but also very flexible and powerful. So we were able to come in and easily add our different waypoints, and I can see that my nearest waypoints show up in the fast find, and then I can say that I wanted to fly to Portland today. So here I am going there. It is really nice that I can start by saying I know what runway I'm looking for, so I can see today that the winds are favoring runway 21 with a 5-knot headwind. So let's go ahead and say that we're going to be landing on runway 21. And now that is going to go through the rest of the system, and there are a lot of features that will key off of that and help give me more information. So Surface Watch will be looking for that to make sure I'm landing on the correct runway and providing that information. Having my destination in there will also factor into fuel planning as well. If I wanted to get more complicated with a flight plan, I can come here and I could load a procedure just like you are familiar with on many other Garmin products. So with Axis, there's a lot of flexibility and many ways you can set up your cockpit. There are different features and functions that we want to tailor to your style of flying and let you interact in the way that you want. I'm really excited because Axis is the foundation of our next era of avionics, and there is so much more that we're excited to continue bringing to this product line and to the general aviation market.
Okay, Colin, so what we're looking at here are two 11.6-inch fully integrated IFR GPS nav comms with audio panel, 8-inch portrait display, GFC 600, GI 275. This kind of, you can quickly, as we go along, we will look at how flexible and configurable all of these displays are. You've got COM1 there, COM2. All of these data fields are configurable over here. You can see there's a lot of them. I've got the audio panel here at the top of the portrait display, transponder, COM1, COM2, and then I also even pulled the audio panel over here just to show you that, again, we can move it, position it wherever we want.
That's convenient. I like that, yeah.
Yeah. The 3D safe taxi depiction is just beautiful. Not only do we get taxiway signs, hold short lines, clear depiction of all the hangar buildings and things like that. What you're seeing right here is a surface watch. That tells us, of course, where we're at on the surface. We're on taxiway Alpha, approaching Kilo. It'll also display runway distance remaining on takeoff, on landing, and things like that.
Right.
Another thing that I like that we did here is the display of METAR data on the primary flight display. So I just like, again,
Oh, that's interesting.
at a
So
glance.
instead of the winds aloft, you're getting the
And
winds
we'll,
on.
we'll get winds aloft once we're up and away.
But this is based on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I like that.
As we turn onto the runway, the team did a great, beautiful animation to bring the primary flight instrumentation into view as we roll out onto the center line. All right, so I am going to go to the flight plan page here. And I've already preloaded New Century to Lawrence.
4 mile right base runway 33.
And we'll load, I'm just gonna load a visual approach to runway 33, just so we have that, you know, vertical, lateral component for reference.
Victor, taking off 33 left close traffic Lawrence.
And so here, and this is true of even instrument approaches, we can just load the approach, kind of let it hang out in the background of our flight plan.
Yep.
We can activate vectors to final, which we can appropriately do right now since we're on heading. So there it populates. If we were to just load it and then we wanted to quickly activate it, we could come to the flight plan page and hit activate vectors to final right there.
So it's always waiting there for you.
Yeah. So Colin, for our demo today, we've prearranged another Garmin airplane to hold short of the runway and pull out in front of us and sit on the numbers while we approach the runway to then not land, of course, and do a go around. As part of this, you'll originally see a white annunciation indicating that traffic is in fact on the runway, and then it will turn yellow and it will turn red. And I'll let it stay red for a couple of seconds and then we'll perform our go around. So.
And will that appear just on the 8-inch?
It'll appear on all three displays.
Okay.
Yep. So there's our white annunciation indicating that there's traffic on 3-3. So again, your setup is you're on an instrument approach at an uncontrolled field.
500.
Break out of the clouds.
And surprise.
Yeah.
So right now it's still just information.
Traffic. Runway 33.
So here across all three displays. Orange traffic, Garmin test 17 short, final 33, low approach only, north.
Traffic. Runway
All right, there's our red annunciation. And we're gonna go ahead and go miss.
Yep, I would say that you would notice that. I mean, that's a terrific safety feature. No doubt about it. That would get your attention.
Right, and you know, I think it's really important to note that, like, you know, these are features found in, again, higher end, expensive business aircraft, right? And
Right.
Garmin has done such a great job of bringing them down market, because why not? Going back to the moving map here, one thing that we've pulled in from Garmin Pilot that I love is the radial menu. So just with the tab
Yes.
of the display, and I use the radial menu a ton when in like my pre-flight planning and maybe even just trying to figure out which airport I want to go to. And to that end, by just touching that, we get access to the airport information page really, really quickly. And that includes, you know, all the important information, frequencies, runways, and I even like the depiction of headwind, crosswind, things like that. Weather data, or any NOTAMs. Airport directory, which gives you way more information than you could ever want. And then we, of course, have our charts page. We can also activate a direct to Ottawa from here, create a user waypoint. There's a lot of different things that we can do with that, again, with just the tap of a screen to access that radial menu function.
It feels a lot like having the Garmin Pilot functionality built right into the panel.
Yeah.
A lot of the best features of it.
I mean, that's really what we've done here. It's G3X Touch, G1000 NXI, TXI, GT NXI, Garmin Pilot. It's kind of the best of Garmin is really what Axis is.
Well, and the configurable nature of this makes me feel more like the Garmin Pilot app where you can put things where you want. And every pilot's going to set it up differently.
Yeah.
And having that flexibility is, I certainly like that.
No cockpit will ever be the same.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's an impressive demo. I really like the fact that these flight displays, as they trickle down to light multi-aircraft and single-engine propeller aircraft, are sort of democratizing avionics for airplane operators. There's some really powerful features that we demoed, the 3D safe taxi and others that you could only get in turboprops or jets previously are now going to be available to all of us through Garmin Axis. So if you'd like to learn more about the Garmin Axis integrated flight display, you can certainly go to Garmin's website, or if you're lucky enough to go to AirVenture this year, stop by their booth. They'll be doing some live displays and you can see what this is all about.